Hello, good morning. What we are going to talk is an intervention program that INTI carried out, started in 2010. The intention was to know a little bit about how the degree of development of the industry and to define an intervention program so as to have guidelines in order to know what to do to support the manufacturers. So, here's the list of the participants of the team. We have Rafael's support, who is with us. And so, this presentation is centered on a survey which was carried out in 2010. And the first step was the characterization of the Argentinian sumo milk market. So, the results of these presentations were analyzed in this first meeting, which was held in 2011, and the results of the survey, which was sent by, there was a job done by the first two mates. They traveled to each manufacturer's facility, and they asked some questions about their manufacturing capacity, their types of equipment they sell, and how did they see the Argentinian market. And so with this information, we got the first sectoral main information. We identified certain barriers to the small wind technology development, and we have the results from the SWOT analysis. So the number of manufacturers in the country is 18. The number of INTI developers were 16. Approximately the direct employed people is 100. This was less in the first survey, but it was actualized in the last years. More or less, the annual sales are $2 million per year. This is also variable because the Argentinian currency is changing, and so and the total installed capacity is about 6 megawatts. Other descriptive factors from the offer is that the number of models offered are 54 in a range of 150 to 10 kilowatts. And here we have the validation processes offered are the Great Centro Regional de Energía Eólica from Chubut. They started with small wind, but now they are turning to high wind. They are not testing any small wind turbines, but they have a lot of experience where Rafael worked with them. And since 2012, we inaugurated the laboratory from INTI, and we have tested 4 turbines, which the results are public in our webpage. And we are testing 5 turbines this year. And we have a program to test in total 12 turbines. This is a program which is free. We don't charge for this measurement. We do the power curve measurement according to the international standard. And so we are planning to increase the type of tests to offer. We received the equipment for making noise testing. And we are going to make iteration testing and classification testing. So, returning to the market evolution, in the survey there were certain questions about commercial points. So we asked how many turbines they installed, and so we could gather the annual installed capacity. And we also asked for the models sold, so we can see the average nominal power capacity. We can see this is growing, and but they are still small. This is because they are all mainly off-grid turbines systems. We don't have grid connection. We don't have the possibility to connect small wind turbines to the grid, and so we expect that when that time comes, the models, the type of models will increase in size, and so this will change. So in the survey we detected certain factors which affected the added value change. So the first thing to know is previous resource evaluation of each place. Perhaps some people want to install a small tubing in a certain place where the wind conditions are not good for that type of tubing. In the south of Argentina, the winds are very strong, and not all tubings are suitable for those places. So the first thing to know is to know the type of resource you have. So that's why you need designs adapted to each different geography. The manufacturers, most of them have specific designs for their parts, and others try to use the most standardized parts as possible in order to lower the cost. Most of them develop their own electronic systems, and we identify the local installation and maintenance service as crucial for all the manufacturers. That was a key point that everybody appointed. So, before the SWOT analysis, we identified certain barriers. The first one was current legislation not allowing grid connection. This changed last year. We have a legislation in the Santa Fe province, and we are working in a pilot project to will connect 500 kilowatts in an hybrid system in a municipality in Santa Fe, and 60 kilowatts will be done in small wind turbines. The idea of this group is to test as much as turbines as possible, so as to know how they develop in a grid connecting medium. Well, the other type of objective was the lack of demand. They are not seen as an alternative yet, probably due to the legislation. Lack of financial expected costs, lack of national certification, lack of educational about renewables. So that's why we started with a laboratory in order to make this national certification. So let's go faster. The strengths. Well, most of the manufacturers are proud of their product because the 50% said that they think their products are good. But well, we can. Well, weaknesses: deficient commercialization structures, lack of financial support, low scale production, lack of human resources, and well, the cost of production. But we can see that it's not as it's spread in different areas, and so there's not only a main weakness. Opportunities. They recognize an in-expansion demand market, so this is, let's say, interesting because this is the point of view of manufacturers. They think that they are receiving more requests. Ecological consciousness, government support, financial support that is relative, and increasing conventional energy costs. Threats, low cost of imported small wind turbines in market. That's why we want to certify small wind turbines so as to have the possibility of execute request that the imported turbines are certified so as not to destroy the local manufacturing. Well, another thread is previous bad experiences with swarming humans. Manuel yesterday talked about the thermal program, and this was a really big program, and it was really sad to hear that it failed. That was it was bad for the industry in general, because other provinces looked at this program, at the failure of this program, and turned into solar photovoltaic system. And so we are trying to help the manufacturers so that they can. So the proposal is where to begin: improve the offer, various generated legislation, support, work in the development of the market demand, work with financial support, and so that is the last one. We are telling the manufacturers that they must work together. There is a partner by your side, and not only a competitor. Barriers are meant to lift it up, and in our hands there's the power of change. In other words, enjoy.